Okay, this is a continuation of the cranial nerves packet. This is going over the 12 cranial nerves. There's several ways to remember them, but if this is your first time trying to get all of them down and what they all do, this is an easy way. It seems kind of stupid, but I find that the dumber it is, the easier it'll stick with you. So, diagram for remembering all your cranial nerves is on old Olympus, towering top, a Finn and German view a hops. Okay, and then right here we have the sensory, motor, and both. And we'll go over those later once we go through this one time. So again, on old Olympus, towering top, a Finn and German view a hops. So I drew everything in blue. That's the actual writing of the word, and the yellow is going to kind of add a picture to it to help everyone kind of remember. So our first cranial nerve is the olfactory. So if you can write out all these letters when you get your test, the O, 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 T, T, A, F, A, G, V, A, P, or H, and then kind of draw little diagrams or remember them. There's also other little cues to help you remember. So starting out, we have olfactory, which is smell. And if you get lost on which one's first, just remember if you hold up one finger, you can stick it up your nose, and that will, that's how you'll smell it. And so that smell is first. Coming down, we have optic. So if you can draw an eye and you think optic, so that's vision. And then again, you have two eyes, so that kind of helps you pick up too. If you were to take two fingers and point to both of your eyes, that's your vision, and that would be number 2. Again, number 3 is also vision. So in these little diagrams, I have drawn, there's 2 eyes. And so if you drew it kind of linear, it would look more like a set of eyes. So now we have the third one, which is ocular motor. So we know it has to do with the eye, and it says in there it's a motor. So it is movement of the eye. And coming on down to our fourth cranial nerve. This one doesn't start with an O, it starts with a T, but it also has to do with the eyes. As if you can envision a T and then a pair of eyes on each side, and it's kind of hiding, it's looking out and trying to hide, so it's going to be looking in both directions, kind of scoping out the area. So when you look side to side, that's what the trochlear nerve does. It moves the eyes from side to side. It's trying to peer behind the T, the trochlear. Moving down, so trochlear is, again, eye movement. But this time it's side to side. Moving down to 5, we have Geminal, and I just picked out a T and put some teeth on it, and you can remember it's for your mouth, but it's just motor control of your mouth. So let's put mouth. And coming down to number 6, we have, let's see, did I do this right? The abducens. So we know from medical terminology and A&P to adduct is to add it. If you abduct, you remove. So this is adding, this is minus. So this is going to be getting further away. So if you draw an A and make it stand straight up like it's nervous, and you put a pair of eyes on each side, they're wide-eyed to kind of match the A. The eyes are being opened because they're scared. So the abductus, they move the eyes apart. So opens the eyes. Okay, moving down to number 7, we have facial. So pretty obvious for that one, but this is in charge of taste and facial contractions. That's kind of going off the page. Moving down to 8, we have auditory. His page says vestibular, but if you can remember all this, it's going to be the only one kind of out, or if you can break down the actual wording for vestibular, you're going to come out with auditory. So just put on a pair of ears on the A and you have auditory. So this is for hearing. Moving down to 9, the Glossopharyngeal. Again, with the G, I just put in a little esophagus, and it has to do with taste and swallowing. Moving down to 10, we have the vagus, and it is also titled the Wanderer. So inside the V, I just kind of put, some hills and a little river showing, and you'd have a little guy maybe just out there roaming around. It's wandering. So it is actually doing various organs. Moving on down, we have number 11, which is accessory. It's going to be the SCM, trapezius, so the traps, and other various muscle groups. So accessory, so I just kind of blinged out this A, and then all the way down to the 12th one, which is the hypoglossal, which is movement of the tongue. And so we'll go over it one more time at the end, but coming back up to this sensory, motor, or both, if you need to know the functions, there's another anagram that you can remember. And I don't have it written down, so I'll just try and go off the top of my head. So I think it goes, so some say marry, money, but my brother says big make money. So you can kind of remember, so if it's M, it's motor, S is sensory, and B is both. So that can help you remember the functions of all the cranial nerves. But I doubt he's going to ask this for the exam, so I honestly wouldn't worry too much about it. If you're going to study anything, just try and remember the saying, on old Olympus, towering top, a Finn and German view a hops. And then kind of either you can take these pictures or you can come up with other pictures to kind of help you remember the order that they all go in. So I hope that helps you guys out. If you guys have any questions, just let me know.